Hi everyone, it's Candice here, and I know it's been so long since I recorded a video. However, I am working my butt off, literally. Like, I work Monday through Friday from 4 to 12 every single day. I only get Saturdays and Sundays off, so yeah, I'm working really hard towards new camera equipment. If you all don't know, which I'm pretty sure you don't, if you don't follow me on Snapchat or Facebook, shameless plug. Anywho, I'm currently recording from my MacBook, so if the lighting or quality looks off, whatever. Lately, I've really been working with what I have, to be honest, and it's really been working out for me. So, if you all do not follow me on Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, you would not know that I am moving to Atlanta. Yes, now, I know what you're thinking. Everybody wants to move to Atlanta nowadays because they want to get famous. That's not the case for me. To be honest, I graduated from college with a degree in mass communications. Now, everybody knows that Atlanta is the place to be right now for those types of things. So, why would I not move to Atlanta? Do you want me to move to Nebraska, like the Netherlands, you know? It only makes sense to move where it's popular. So, as I said before, my brother and I both have a passion for whether it's music, arts, photography, film, anything that deals with being creative, we're pretty much interested in. So, our intent is not to go down there and get famous or blow up or anything like that. However, we have created a lot of content. We are very creative people, so we would like to be known for our creativeness. It's not necessarily to be famous. I would like to, in my case, I'm just going to speak for myself. I feel like that I've always been the underdog. I am very creative, and I feel like I never get credit for anything that I do. So my purpose of going down there is to, you know, not only move and better my environment so that I can have more possibilities and doors open to me. I also want my work to be noticed. So whether you think that's me wanting to be famous or not, I don't know. I'm not all about the fame thing. I just want my work to be noticed. I want to be known for doing good work, being a good person, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I can't think of anything else. Hopefully, in August, he has his mindset on August the 1st. I don't know. However, you know, I just, you know, whatever. Hey, brother, how you doing? It's not his first time moving out. This is my first time moving out. So, for me, it's a little different than it is for him. He's more experienced, and he knows what to look for and whatnot. And about a month ago, we took our first trip to Atlanta. Now, I did not vlog during this time because when I tell y'all, we were both exhausted and we looked dried up, crusty, and dead. Like, we both worked 8 hours, and I got off at 12 o'clock. He got off at 10 o'clock. We went straight from Tennessee to Atlanta. Now, that's about a 5 or 4 hour drive, and after we got there, we still weren't able to rest. I had to change in the car, and we went looking for apartments then. Like, that was, yeah, vlogging was the last thing that was on my mind. So, sorry I don't have any clips from that, but yeah, my first thoughts on the state, that's the word I was looking for. Why am I don't know. But anyway, so my first thoughts on the state were that it doesn't seem like much of a difference from down here. Now, down here it's extremely country times 10, but there it's more, I guess, up to date, so to say. But then I know a lot of people say that Atlanta is behind as well. Atlanta's like a slow New York or something. People say, I don't know. But it was pretty much the same. I got the same vibe from the people there. People were still kind. People opened doors. People said thank you, excuse me, things like that. So it didn't seem like much of a difference when it comes to the people. However, the driving, now I know a lot of people say that Atlanta driving is bad. We must have went down there on a good day because it wasn't as bad. Like, a lot of the things that people told me that I would see down there, I really didn't see much of. Like the driving, although there were a few traffic jams, like wrecks and things like that, it wasn't just extremely crazy. We weren't sitting in traffic for like 5 hours or anything like that. So, yeah, the traffic seems okay. Now, that's the only thing that I'm really, really scared about, is because I'm just used to driving up the street, driving to Jackson, going to work, coming back. Like, it's only 2 lanes. You don't have to do any major merging and all that stuff that you have to do down there. So that is probably the only thing that I'm kind of apprehensive about. other than that, I'm so ready to go. Like, I'm so ready to better my future. I'm so ready to, just broaden and expand myself. I'm ready to fly out the nest. I've been in here for too long. 24 years is a long time to be in the nest. Also, we went to view some apartments while we were down there. Now, that's another thing. Like, although I said the people down there were nice, they were pretty much the same, but some of those apartment people need a little bit more, I don't know, they need some etiquette classes or something like that, because some of them came off as kind of rude. Now, in my opinion, if you are a house seller, an apartment seller, whatever, into real estate, whatever it is, you should be trying to sell me something. Okay, when I come to your business, don't have an attitude, number one. Number two, you are supposed to tell me about the area. We clearly told you that we're not from here. We don't know much about the area. So it is your job to persuade me to live at your place, live in your establishment. But these people, three out of the, how many ever apartments we looked at were kind of rude. Now, I'm not going to tell you the name of them, because if we end up moving somewhere near there, I don't want, stalkers or anything like that. No offense. No offense. So the first apartment we looked at, it was a no-go. Like, we pulled up in that parking lot, we left. The second apartment we looked at was my first favorite, and I fell in love with it as soon as we got there. The girl, she was really, really nice, and also they had something that I had never seen before. Like, on the premises, they had like it wasn't really a convenience store, but they like cook food there, and she said you could buy stuff there, so you don't have to go to the grocery store. You could just drive up the street from your house, and like, you have a little store right there in your apartment complex area. I'm losing my vocabulary. Obviously, I don't know what word I'm looking for. But anyways, you have a store right there where you can buy stuff. I thought that was really, really cool. The only con about that apartment place was they only had one bathroom. Now, me, I'm all about natural hair. I have this horrible weave in right now. But that's another story for another day. But anyways, I'm all about natural hair, and my brother doesn't want all my hair products, hair balls, rolling all across his bathroom floor. So we really wanted two different bathrooms. But other than that, I love that first apartment. So the second place that we looked at, the lady there, she wasn't rude, but it was like, I think I asked her to describe the area. Was it a good area? Were there a lot of crime? Were there a lot of crime happening? What are you saying, Candace? Is there a lot of crime there? Basic stuff that you want to know before moving somewhere. Is this a good area? She was like, what do you mean, is this a good area? I'm like, is there a lot of trouble going on in this area? Do you all have a lot of violence, things like that? She was like, well, you're supposed to look up the crime rates before you move somewhere. I'm looking at her like, that's not what I asked you. That is not what I asked you. See, you trying to be smart right now, and I'm really asking you a question. You should be able to tell me this. Now, I know you're probably not going to tell me the truth because you want me to stay here. You want my money. But if I'm asking you a question like that, it is your job to answer me, okay? So then the third apartment we went and looked at, I can't remember. I think we pulled up to that one and drove off as well, because I'm not going to say that because I'm going to sound racist or something. But anyways, the fourth apartment we looked at, we really liked. That was both of our favorite. Say hi to YouTube, Kiara.
Hi.
Back to scheduled programming. Anyways, so the next apartment we looked at, there was a guy who was our tour guide or whatever. And when I tell you, he was so standoffish. Anyways, he got our IDs. He got everything that he needed to know, and he just walked on out the building. So we're like, are we supposed to be following you right now? Like, okay, you could have said, come on, but okay. So as we're walking, my brother and I are just looking at each other like, is he gonna say something? Like, no. Okay, we're just walking silently. All right, this is a little awkward, but whatever. So we get into the apartment. He still doesn't say anything, so we just take it upon ourselves. We just start walking around the house. Now, we really like this place, but when we started to ask him questions, he was trying to be a little smart ass too. Excuse my language, but that's what he was trying to be. We were like, my brother was like, how is the area? Once again, we want to know a little about the area because we're not from here. And he's like, well, my brother was like, is there much trouble around here? Like loud music? Or are there, he didn't say ratchet people, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to sound offensive or anything, but what are the people like around here? He was like, well, everywhere there's problems. Okay, is there a lot of violence? Well, There's violence everywhere. There's people playing loud music everywhere. There are people being buttholes everywhere. Like, that's literally his answer to everything. Like, everywhere there's so and so and so. Not just here. You always have, like, that's not what I'm asking you. You know what I'm asking you, sir. Why are you trying to be a butthole right now? Just answer the question. I didn't ask you to beat around the bush for me. Let me know before I move here and there is an issue. Okay? So the last apartment that we go to view, now this woman, she really took the cake. Like, I don't know what was wrong with her. The actual outside of the apartment looked nice. However, when we got to the leasing office, when I tell you this woman came out of the building before we could even come in, she's like, hey, how may I help y'all? We like, okay, we're from out of town. We're thinking about moving here in August. We were wondering if we could view some of your apartments today. She's like, oh no, because I'm the only person in here today, and I got money in the office, and I gotta show him where these boxes are around this corner. So, yeah, it's the first, so I can't show y'all no apartments. We just sit here like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, just because it's the first, like, you can't show us your apartments? Okay, so she's like, my brother asked her, he's like, do you all have any pamphlets or anything to tell us about, your apartments? I can't do one thing at a time. I have to show him where the boxes are. Like, you real rude. You are real rude, okay? So I'm just sitting there like, no. See, I'm the type of person where if I get rude customer service, whether it be Walmart, McDonald's, anywhere, I'm gonna walk off or I'm gonna drive off. You're not getting my money acting like that. So that's not a place that I would want to stay at, because she's not getting my money and she has this attitude that she rude and whatnot. So she goes to show the guy the boxes and she doing all this spinning around. So I guess she calls herself flirting with the man. I don't know what she was doing. So she doing all this little pooching here, pooching there. Shout out to Justin J. She tooting it on up. So then she comes back and she goes in the office and she just shuts the door. Like, she doesn't tell us to come on in so I can show you the pamphlet. I can tell you a little bit about the place. She just literally goes back into the leasing office and leaves us standing outside like two dummies. Like, we just standing there like, you want to go? I'm like, yeah, let's roll, because you know me. I'm not about to, no, I don't take rudeness, okay? So to sum this all up, Atlanta seems like a really nice place. Now, we're not even necessarily moving to Atlanta. It's so crazy because once you drive like up the street a little bit, you're in like a whole nother town, a whole nother county, whatever. So I don't even know what area we're going to be staying in. I can't even remember the 3 places that we narrowed it down to, what area they were in. As far as jobs go, I currently work at a place and I hope I'll be able to transfer. He has a cousin that lives there. She has a nice steady job that we're trying to get on at. And yeah, so I would make a video on like tips before moving or moving to Atlanta, tips or something like that, because I do have in this handy dandy notebook that I showed you all in my last video, I've calculated all of our expenses down to the T. I'm the type of person I like to plan, even though things may not go my way. I like to plan every single thing out. Like, there's nothing that I've missed. I have like different things that I want to do, different steps that I want to take before I move. Now, I really would like to buy most of my stuff before I go down there, because my job right now, like, the lines keep shutting down. I work in a factory, so stuff keeps breaking there, and like, I don't even know how long I'm going to be working there. I pray that I'm working there until we get ready to move so that I can save up enough to pay the rent with like a couple months rent, at least until December is what I wanted to do. But yeah, so I'm probably going to buy most of my stuff now and then just pack it in my car and take it down there. I'm not going to buy anything big, like my bed and all that stuff. I'll probably buy when I get down there. However, like small kitchen stuff, things like that, I really want to get out of the way so that I can start saving for the rent. And like I said, I'm probably going to make a separate video on that, even though you're probably like, this is your first time moving out, you don't know anything. Like, I know enough, okay? And even though it may not work out for me, it may work out for you. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make that a separate video. But I think I summed up everything. Is there anything that I didn't cover? I don't know. Let me know. Ask me questions in my inbox or down below. Thank you all so much for subscribing to my channel, even though I am barely on here and I just made a video about me putting in work and being on camera. But when I tell you I am so close to getting the camera that I really want, I have really been working hard. I've also started a GoFundMe for some camera equipment. I will make a separate video about that probably too, because I'm really, really working hard towards my YouTube channel. I've invested in some backdrops. I have a bunch of them. There was this fabric store closing, and I got like $40 worth of backdrops. My brother and I will be starting a web series or a show or whatever you want to call it when we move in together. Now, I'm not going to tell you the name of it because I don't want anyone to steal it, but yeah, we are working on that. We have a bunch of ideas. There'll be a lot of cinematography, fashion, like stuff about current events, celebrities, all that stuff. It'll be all packed into one channel, and I want my camera. That's the reason why I started the GoFundMe, because I want to produce quality videos. That's the reason, like I said in my last video, why I haven't really been producing videos, because I don't like recording from this webcam, and I don't like recording from my phone because I don't have any memory on it. So that is why I started the GoFundMe. And also, if you all would like to donate, it would be greatly appreciated. You don't have to. This is not something that is mandatory. I'm not begging. I will never beg. However, we all need a little help sometimes, and I feel like if you all really want to help me out, you would help me with this GoFundMe. Now, I also want to add in that I was treasurer of my Mass Communications Club and the NAACP. So I am not I'm not what I must be lying. What the heck? So I will not be negligent with the money. I know how to manage money. I know how to budget. I have been trusted as treasurer 2 times. So I'm not the type of person who's going to get this money and go blow it on some weave or something like that. That is not the type of person I am, so once again, if you would like to donate, please do so. And if not, thank you all for supporting me. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned.